Somber, intriguing music starts and fades into the background. Ever had your heart broken so badly it fueled a fire you never knew you had? This isn't just a story, it's a lesson in what happens when someone underestimates you. Welcome to Emotional Pull, where we explore the moments that redefine lives, where tears can lead to triumph, and where karma, well, karma sometimes wears a very expensive suit. You're going to want to stick around for this one. Imagine this: a broke but hard-working guy, deeply in love, gets his heart shattered. His girlfriend leaves him for a devastating reason. But what he does years later, when she comes crawling back, is the kind of poetic justice you only see in movies. It's a moment that will have you cheering, laughing, and maybe even shedding a tear. Let's meet David. He was a delivery guy, not making much, but his heart was full. He adored his girlfriend, Clara. To him, she was my future, but for Clara, the future needed to be funded. She loved the idea of David, but not his bank account. Her dreams were paved with gold, while his were built on hard work and hope. One cold, rainy night, the fairy tale ended. As the storm raged outside, a storm was brewing inside their small apartment. Clara looked at him, her eyes as cold as the window pane. "Love doesn't pay the bills, David," she said, each word a dagger. "When you figure out how to get rich, then you can call me." The finality in her voice was absolute. Heartbroken, David managed a faint, weak smile. He handed her his only umbrella, a final act of care, and then he turned and walked out straight into the downpour. He left with nothing but a soaked jacket, a shattered heart, and a new, burning resolve. He would prove her wrong. He had to. That night wasn't an end. It was a brutal beginning. Fast forward 3 years. The world had changed, and so had David. Remember that logistics app idea he once had? The one Clara had laughed at, calling it a silly dream. Well, that dream was now his reality. He had poured every ounce of his pain and determination into it. He worked double shifts, sacrificing sleep, social events, and any semblance of a normal life. He wasn't just working, he was on a mission, coding and building his company like a man possessed. His mantra was simple: "I will not fail," and he didn't. His hard work started to pay off. First, a small investor took a chance on him, then another and another. His app, once a ridiculed concept, became a roaring success in the logistics industry. With the company's rise, David's life transformed. The worn-out delivery uniform was replaced with tailored suits. The cramped apartment gave way to a corner office with a panoramic city view. Board meetings and shareholder calls became his new normal. He was no longer just David, the delivery guy. He was Mr. David Chen, CEO. But here's where destiny plays its most interesting card. Guess who walked into his office one morning, resume in hand, applying for a junior marketing position? You guessed it. It was Clara. The years had changed him so much she didn't even recognize the powerful man sitting behind the CEO's desk. During the interview, she tried to impress him, bragging about her high standards and how she only dated successful men, like CEOs. She had no idea she was talking to the ghost of a past she had so casually discarded. David leaned back in his chair, a slow, knowing smile playing on his lips. The irony was almost too perfect. "Oh, really?" he said, his voice calm and steady. "Well, you're in luck. The CEO would love to meet you." He then stood up, the chair gliding back silently, and walked around the massive oak table to stand directly in front of her. Her face went pale. Her jaw dropped. Recognition, shock, and regret washed over her in a tidal wave. David," she stammered, her voice barely a whisper. He looked at her, not with anger, but with a quiet strength she'd never seen before. "Yes," he replied softly, his voice gentle but firm. "Still think love doesn't pay the bills." Silence filled the room. There was nothing she could say. She quietly gathered her things and left without another word. David didn't hire her. It wasn't about revenge or spite. It was about growth. He had moved on, and his company's culture was built on loyalty and seeing potential in people, things she had failed to do. As the door closed, he whispered to himself, a lesson learned the hard way: never judge a person by their broke season. Even diamonds start out as rough, unpolished stones. Sometimes karma doesn't scream, it just sips its morning coffee and smiles. What can we take from this? It's a powerful reminder. Always be kind to those who are struggling. You never know, the person you look down on today might be the one signing your paycheck tomorrow. Your current situation is not your final destination. If this story resonated with you, if it made you smile or even tear up a little, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have so many more incredible stories to share, and trust me, the next one will pull at your heartstrings even more. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next emotional pull.